Hi, welcome. What I got is a Sega Megadrive, or Sega Genesis pad here. Some of the buttons don't work very well, so what I'm going to do is open it up and we're going to give it a clean. So first of all, let's take it apart. Just some Phillips screws in the back here. So we're just going to get them out. Keep them safely, obviously, because we'll need them when we put them back together again. There's 8 of them in total. All the same. Before you do this, what you'll need is probably some cotton buds, some isopropyl alcohol, and just some cleaning cloths, bits and pieces like that. Toothbrush maybe. Toothbrush is pretty handy for cleaning things. Soft toothbrush I normally use as well. So this is a little bit grubby, this control. It's not my one, it's one we bought in. But just need to clean it up because particularly the B button is a bit sticky. It's not very responsive. Right, so pulls apart. You can see it's a little bit grubby. We've got some grub in here. Comes apart fairly easy. You can see here, this is how they just take a note of how the cable is trapped here, just to stop the cable being tugged. If you get a tug on the cable, stop it pulling on these connections. So just take a note. It's fairly simple. Loops through there, and the centre board just pulls out like this. And we've got the buttons underneath. A little bit of fuzz fur there. Get rid of that. And what we're going to do is use some alcohol just to clean this all up. This link's round now, we'll turn it round so you can see the other side. So there we go, let's get it here so you can see that. So we've got the connections there. We're going to give all these a clean down. Don't know if this actually pulls off or not. I don't think so. Probably should do somehow. No, it won't do on the back here. It's sort of linked in. Ooh, a bit of grease there or something. So we'll put that aside. What we're going to do is give these buttons all a clean up. So we'll just take these out for the moment, just to give these a clean. So we can give you all of this a clean inside here. So what we'll do is take these buttons out, and obviously you want to remember the orientation that they come out, just for information. So let's just turn them over. So we've got A, B and C. A starting from the inside, this inside. So here they are. We've got A, B and C. Just there. So we're just going to knock them out like that, and now we'll just grab some isopropyl alcohol just to give these a little bit of a clean up. Get it there like that. Okay, it's all done. What we're going to do now, just move these aside and come back to them in just a second. Do now is just give the board a little bit of a clean on these points here as well, so that we've got them nice and clean. Find a fresh bit of cloth, fresh bit of alcohol on here, and we're just going to give these a nice clean out on here, just to make sure the connections are nice and clean and good. Just going to give the board a little bit of a general clean in. I think what we might do is put some on here and just use the toothbrush a bit, just to give it a little bit of a boop, a go over. Clean up the toothbrush. Not really sure if this comes off. I don't really feel in the mood to force it. I don't want to break it. So not 100%. Ah, yeah, it does. There we go. Nice and easy. I thought it must do, but didn't want to force it. Get a little bit on here. everywhere. Always does drip it absolutely everywhere. Make sure the board is nice and clean. Give it a clean off now with the cloth. Obviously we don't upset the connections. We could have a look at it. We could have a look at under the connections under the microscope if we wanted to, but I've no reason to believe there's a problem like that. So I'm not going to at this stage. I'm just going to move that aside for a moment. We'll just give this a clean up. She's a bit of fresh. Where are we? As well. Just try and get in there with the toothbrush a bit. There we go. That should be quite a lot better. So let's move that aside. I'm going to attempt to get this back together. So this is going to go on this side with the black pieces facing down like that. And you can see there we've got to line up on those two holes. Now what we've got on this side, that's going to go through. And it's going to hook back up to this, which obviously we need to align with these holes here, with these connections here, like that. So to make sure that they're aligned. Okay. What to do now is, we haven't given this piece of the case a clean, so I'm going to give this a clean quickly as well. So you need to be a little careful when doing this. We really don't want to break any of these pieces that are sticking out, but we want to just get in there and give this a, you know, a fairly decent clean while we've got it apart. Isopropyl alcohol will soon burn off anyway, so you don't need to worry about putting too much on at this stage. It'll soon clean itself and soon evaporate. What we do want at this stage is just to get the controller nice and clean and get any of the grubbiness out that we can. So if I've drifted out shot a bit there, I'll do my best to keep in shot while I clean it. There we go. I think that will do. Okay, let's get this put back together now. So remember we had A, B, C across this side. So what we'll do is we'll find A. Actually, I'm going to do, haven't done it yet, is get the toothbrush into these to just see if we can clean out these little dips on the letters themselves. Just get a bit of sort of dust and general sort of, you know, hand dirt inside those indentations. So just do whatever we can just to get a little bit of that out. Needed just a little bit more on the toothbrush. I might give them just another going over. It's all clean. There we go. I think that will do. It's not a job that takes terribly long. So we're going to do ganabers on the inside. You can only get them in one way. You've got a small tab and a larger tab. Just make sure the larger tab obviously goes into the larger spot and the smaller tab goes into the smaller spot. It's fairly straightforward. You almost can't get it wrong. I hate saying that, but you almost can't. Okay, and then this one. Don't think it matters with this one. I think it's the same both ways round on this particular one. So I don't think it massively matters. Okay, good. So let's just get these back in. Which way do these go? Just have a look at the board. Do is put these, I think. It's like that. Let's just have a little look. Didn't see one on that one. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Knew it'd gone somewhere. Right, so what we'll do now is just get these back like this. Make sure this lines up okay, make sure these go okay on there. And now make sure this, myself, it goes back in through there like that. Come on, you know you want to. Like that. Make sure you don't get any of that trapped in the edge of the case. There we go. Nicely back in place. Oh, except me being an idiot, I managed to put it upside down. What a twit. I know what it is. This bit's the wrong way round. That's what it is. I've got this bit the wrong way around. This goes on. I was trying to work out what's going on here. I got this the wrong way round. Just trying to work out what I'd done wrong. It's always so easy to do something silly wrong. I'd put this on the wrong way round. So I'd put this piece on this side, so make sure you get this back on the circuit board side. So let's try again. Break it back in. Oh, let's just drop these through. And that back into there like that. Hold on, something that's not in quite right there. Make sure they're in okay. Nice and firm and snug. Make sure the board's in okay. Make sure they're lined up. These are lined up here, these edges. I'm just going to make sure the buttons feel like they're clicking okay on the other side, which they are. This isn't in right though here. Got to make sure this is right and lined up correctly. Okay, right, hold on. Let's take this out again. One more thing to learn. Just make sure, obviously we've got little clips on these to make sure that this goes in to and lines up properly. So it wasn't quite in properly, so I've just taken it out to make sure that we line up here. Right, let's try again. That's better. That looks better. Okay, just got to get this back in again now. Put it back in. That's it. Sit back in okay. And the top back on. Just check again. The buttons feel good before we tighten down. Feels good. So we'll just get the screws back in. Screws could probably do with a little bit of a clean. So I'll just clean them quickly. Ever so quickly before I put them back in. Tiny little brush with the top of the toothbrush. There we go, that'll do. Probably do is crank the middle ones in first. Tighten them up, but don't be silly. Don't go over silly tight because it's only plastic and you can crack and or strip them out, which once you've done that, that's it, you've broken it. You'd have to glue it or something like that and it will never be quite the same. So just snug tight is how I describe it. That should be all you need to really do, just to keep the remote nice and firm. You got 8 of them here, so it's not like you have to go crazy. That's it. I'll get those. That's it. Okay, so let's have a look. It looks and feels better. Just give it a quick wipe over, and then what we can do is just test it out then and see if that's made the difference. I hope that it has. Right, what I've done is I've hooked up to got a Megadrive 2 here, and I've hooked up the controller to that, and we're just going to test it through now and see if it works all okay. So let's just hit start. So the start seems to work okay. Let's brought it to life. Okay, start again. Okay, just test it backwards and forwards. That seems good. Can't we test up and down? Right, that's the A button. That seems to jump okay. B button now also jumps, so that seems to work much better. And again, the C button as well also does the same thing on this. So don't think I can really test the up and down, but they feel okay, and they weren't a problem before. So it was the B that was the issue before, but now I'm just using the B continually now. So that seems to have cured the problem. And I now have a working joypad. Let's start again. Yep, that pause is okay. So that all looks good. I can't find at the moment. Let's see, he can duck. Yep, he looks up. So yeah, actually, yep, the up and down are working as well. Yep, so that's all good there. Okay, that all works nicely. Left and right, they work nicely. A, B, and C all work. Excellent. Okay, well, that's sorted all that out. That's for that, and then repaired that controller. Looks nice, almost looks like brand new now. In fact, it's pretty good condition. So, okay, that's it, all done. All repaired for this Megadrive controller. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a fairly shorter one, but we're doing more in the future, so it'd be great if you could give a like, and if you want to follow, that'd be fantastic. And we'll look forward to catching you soon. Thanks a lot.